So we're now in the non-hockey segment of the podcast. We're asking some non-hockey questions just to get to know you a little bit more off the ice. So my first question to you is, what music do you like to listen to?
I would say my music taste is definitely all over the place. I'll listen to just about anything. I really do though. I love rap. I do love listening to like I don't know, Drake. I don't know. I love Mac Miller. I love that that side of music. I also really love like a good like R&B, SZA, chill kind of music. I love like some good like road trip, forest camp kind of music. Like I love some good like a good little chill guitar happy melody. I love all kinds of music.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm sort of the same way. I can't listen to one specific genre of music. I have a whole playlist I have a playlist for specific genres. So whatever mood I'm in, I can just go to that playlist and to listen to those types of music. So I don't have to because I can't have a playlist of just all different types of music because I
Yeah.
need to be a little more organized than that. So it's like specific genres of each music. So I have a hip hop playlist, rock playlist.
Yeah, I'm the
Uh,
exact same way. Yeah, I've got all my playlists labeled. I've got old music, I got new music, I've got music that reminds me of my childhood. I've got all of it.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to find a lot of some information on you, and one thing I found interesting was you're an artist, according to the internet.
Yes.
How did you get started in that?
Are you referring to TikTok? Is that what you're referring to?
I don't know what it was called. I just saw a ton of videos of you just making like drawings and stuff.
Yeah, okay. So, I when I was a kid, so I moved around a lot, and every time I move around, I would be either on a plane for 20 hours or in a car for 20 hours, and I just, I like to keep myself occupied. And Snapchat had just came out, or not just came out, but I just got into Snapchat, and I would just take the little pen thing on it and doodle on my phone and play with that for long, like hours and hours and hours. And it just became something I got kind of good at. And it's kind of funny because when we were growing up, I was definitely like labeled probably the worst artist in my family. My sister Maya was always able to like color in the lines and be neat and precise. And, she was always the braider or crafter or something like that. She was really good with her, like with doing stuff like that, making them look pretty. And I would just scribble on everything. And like my parents would always laugh at me and be like, not laugh at me, but just poke fun at how like I just would never be able to do that correctly. Not never do that correctly, but how I just didn't do it correctly. And so it was something that I kind of wanted to get better at. And so I would just kind of doodle on my Snapchat, and then I got better and better at it. And I had a friend tell me once, and they're like, you're pretty good at drawing on Snapchat. It's kind of a weird talent you have. You should post it on TikTok during COVID and see where that goes. And I was like, okay. So I posted this like collage of me drawing some stuff on TikTok, and it kind of like blew up. Not really, like maybe a few thousand views. And at the time I was like, whoa, like that's crazy. And then I just started posting like time lapses of me drawing these things. It just sped up videos, and those started to get more and more and more views. And then I just kind of started getting a lot of followers off of it and kept going. And it's something I do wish I did now more too, but with being a senior and whatnot, I mean, each drawing takes, it's on Snapchat, so it's a small screen. It's like on my phone, so it takes about like 4 or 5 hours to do. So
Yeah.
it's not something I do as often anymore. But I do love drawing. I love all kinds of art, and my family has always supported me on that too. So it's definitely a hobby of mine.
Well, I feel like you're sort of underselling yourself a little bit. You had over like 100,000 followers on this thing. I do not have a TikTok, so I don't really know how to use it. But based on what I was looking at, it seemed like you had like millions of likes and all that stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool, and it's something that I find like I'm grateful for. And I mean, like it's cool that I'm able to do something that so many people can that like, and I can make someone happy through that way. And I've had a lot of people reach out to me over Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is, just being like, I love this, or like this was so cool, or like, can you wish my little sister a happy birthday? Like it's really cute. And a lot of the times, like the way it works is someone will comment like, can you draw this character or this character? And then I'll just draw it. And like, so I would say my like market audience is probably like younger kids that just love these characters or like watching these characters. But it's really cool when they see that I've drawn their thing, and they're freaking out in the comments, or they're texting me. It's a cool thing.
You haven't made a video in over a year. Will you go back to it, or are you retired?
Who knows? Maybe this now after finals, maybe I'll pop something out and it could be
Will
cool.
come back? That'd be kind of
Yeah,
cool.
that would be kind of cool.
So next non-hockey question is, what is your most embarrassing hockey moment?
Yikes. I definitely have a lot of those. Um, Goodness. Um, I would say that I've stepped out on the ice a few times, a few bad times in front of quite a bit of people with my skate guards on, and that's always pretty embarrassing. So
Yeah.
probably something I think that's the most embarrassing thing I'd share over the internet.
Yeah, no, I understand. I never did that because I always was smart and would always
Yeah,
check every game because I never wanted that to happen to me.
yeah,
So the fear of being embarrassed about that led me not to ever have that happen to me.
yeah. I mean, I was always more afraid of not being out on time or something like that. So it was just something that I would just run out and I would, oops, there it goes. But I don't mind being embarrassed. It's a
Yeah.
character builder and it's fun.
What would the perfect day look like for you?
Um, hmm. I have a hard time with questions like this because I feel like it's totally dependent on my mood. Like if I'm having like a chill, slow day, like I would want to I don't know, like just hang out, maybe, like get some coffee, like just kind of chill. But I think my perfect day would have just as a whole would have bits of me seeing my family, bits of me seeing my friends, doing things I like, eating food I like, listening to music I like. Nothing too insane, nothing wild, just things that make me happy.
What food do you like?
I love sushi. I love any kind of Mexican cuisine. I love Middle Eastern cuisine because I am from there. I love I love most foods. I don't know. I love a good pasta. I love a good soup. I don't know.
Yeah,
I love foods.
I don't think I've ever had Middle Eastern food before. So
Really?
I got to try that out at some point. But there's, as I think, as you know, there's really not a lot of Middle Eastern places to eat here in
Yeah.
Massachusetts.
Yeah. I would say it's definitely like a mix of um I don't know. I guess the best way I could describe it in a mix would be like Greek food and Indian food. If they had a little fusion food,
Hmm.
it'd probably be Middle Eastern. But definitely really yummy. My grandma is fully Egyptian. My mom's fully Egyptian, so I'm partially Egyptian, and I grew up eating a lot of those foods. So that was really cool.
I've never had it Greek or Indian food, so I'm very uncultured in
Uh-oh.
regards to my cuisine.
Yeah, I think you would like it. It's really good.
Now, my perfect day would probably just be going to a hockey game or baseball game and like hanging out with my friends. Pretty basic, but
Yeah.
you know, what is if there was a movie made about your life, who would you want to play yourself?
Um, I don't know. I have a hard time with this question too. Probably just whatever actress looks the most like me. I don't know. I think just like an actress with like brown hair, brown eyes, just someone that kind of has my build, I guess, would make the most sense. As long as I do an okay job at it, I wouldn't be mad. It could even be like whoever it wants to be in a wig. I wouldn't if there's a movie being about me, I'm not gonna be picky.
So if Tom Brady played you in a movie, but like he did a good job playing you, you wouldn't care.
No, yeah, if they could like CGI like some brown hair on him, I would be so fine with it.
All right, all right. That's who I would want to play me in a movie. That'd be cool to say Tom Brady played me in a movie, but I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure he's probably not the best actor, so that would be kind of I don't know if he would nail all my mannerisms down.
yeah. I think honestly, I think if there was a movie being made about me, I should probably just be in it. It'd probably make life
I
easier
don't
for
want to do that. That just I feel like it would be weird to reenact certain parts of my life.
That's true. That is true. I would definitely, yeah, I would have I'd probably end up being like, this should be in the movie, this shouldn't be in the movie.
Yeah,
Kind of
I
weird.
want an unbiased take on it. That would be
Yeah,
my
that's
opinion.
true.
But I feel like if I had a brother, which I don't, that would be the perfect person to do it because they would
Mhm.
know everything about myself.
That's true. Maybe I'd say my sister then.
Yeah.
My older sister, because she's my younger sister's still in high school, so I guess my older sister would make more sense.
Yeah. Well, you one thing about your team that I love is how you guys do the pregame outfits before each game. More club hockey teams should do that, by the way. So shout out to Arizona State women's club hockey Instagram for that. I
Mhm.
think you might have some of the best style on the team, Malik. But besides yourself, who would you say has the best pregame outfits?
Thank you. Oh, pregame outfits. I think I think Fload. I think she's got some pretty awesome pregame outfits. She always comes out with either like some pops of color or a cool hat or something like that. And I think that's definitely something to note. I think on the ice, I think Ellie McKenna has some pretty good style. Yeah, she's always rocking like a huge pony and just like she looks great out there. So I would say, yeah, those people. And I also love how our team does those pregame outfits. I know one of our photographers, Billy, he does a lot of our pictures.
Shout
And
out to Billy.
yeah, shout out to Billy. He has got an incredible talent for photos. He's always helping our Instagram grow, and he's just a great guy overall. So shout out
That's
Billy.
awesome. Who's the funniest teammate you have?
Funniest. They're all really funny. I think a lot of the times are like when we're all joking around in like the locker room, like we all build off of each other's comedy. Like someone will say something and then someone will take it and elevate it and make it funnier or more funny
Yeah.
and make it more funny. And um, I don't know. Yeah, I think everyone's funny. If someone can make me laugh, which everyone does on the team, then I just consider them funny. I would say our team is funny.
So no quiet ones on the team then?
We definitely have a few quiet people, but you know that it's not that they're just like quiet. They just like like they're probably just like focusing in or whatnot. But everyone's always happy to joke around. There's never a person that's just like off in their own corner, I would say.
Now this might go along with the movie question, but if you could have lunch with anyone in the world, who would it be and why?
Um, hmm. I think that I would love to have lunch with just like my extended family and my family. And I don't get to see my extended family as often as, or even my own family as often as I'd like to, just because my family's in Massachusetts and my extended family is like all overseas in Kuwait and Dubai and Egypt. And I think it would be really nice to just sit down with them. That would be really lovely.
Now, what is the most interesting thing you've read or seen this week?
Um, hmm. I was at the Grand Canyon yesterday. I'd been a few times before, but something my friends and my teammates actually and I like to do is sporadically we'll just, if it's late at night, it's like midnight or 1 a.m. and we're all up and got a lot of energy, we'll just drive on up to the Grand Canyon for sunrise. And I think I read a lot of cool little facts about the Grand Canyon yesterday. So I read that it was like a mile deep or something like that. That was a cool fact.
That's pretty cool that you can just sporadically go to the Grand Canyon because I've always wanted to go there, and I feel like that's probably never going to happen, at least in my lifetime.
Oh no, I think you can make it happen.
It
It's
just
definitely
it's so hard.
possible.
The furthest place I've ever traveled to is Houston, Texas. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I like to think I want to travel more. That's sort of my goals in my 20s now is I need to start to go out and do different things.
Mhm. Yeah, that would be really cool. And it is really cool. And we were even talking about that while we were up there. We were like, it's really cool how we have this thing that some people, bucket list item that people fly out from all over the world to come see, like essentially in our backyard. We just drove up here. So it is really it's a very neat state. I do enjoy Arizona and what it's given me for my college experience.
Yeah, that's cool. What's like your favorite place to like hike at the Grand Canyon?
Um, I'm not sure, honestly. We don't really do much of hiking when we're there. We just kind of, I mean, the Grand Canyon, the way it's structured is you kind of show up, you park your car, and then there's a shuttle system that goes all around, and you can take whatever line. And like, if this is like the Grand Canyon, like you can take a blue line, or you can take an orange line, or you can
Yeah.
take a red line. And um, yeah, I would say like we just kind of hop on the shuttles and go to different viewing points and just admire it, and have fun there, and then just come home.
Yeah, that's cool that you get to do that. Are you gonna miss doing that after you graduate?
Yeah, I am. And I'm gonna miss being with my friends and doing things like that as well. But it is exciting to see what life has in store for me next. And I know I have these friends for life. So
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. My favorite Grand Canyon moment was I don't know if you've ever seen the show Parks and Recreation, but
yes,
when
yeah.
they go to the Grand Canyon and Chris Pratt's character is like, "Where's the president's faces?" I always think that's so funny.
That is funny.
Probably the most interesting thing I saw was the Bruins game yesterday. I'm pretty
Mhm.
upset that they couldn't close it out, but it was a crazy back and forth game. And now we have a game seven at the time of this
Yep.
recording tomorrow. So if people that are listening to it already know what took happen, so hopefully I'll be a happy person on Sunday.
Yeah, me
But
too.
It'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm not really happy that they had to have a game seven in the first round.
I know. I'm pretty upset about it too. And what was it? 5-7, I think the score
Seven
was.
to five, yeah. I
Five.
thought after DeBrus scored that goal, it's like, all right, like let's settle it
Let's
down,
do it.
like pack it in defensively, and then they score like with not even like a minute after, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah. No, it was definitely a nail biter, but I think I'm crossing my fingers. I hope game seven goes the way I want it to.
I hope so too, but you know how Boston fans are like. If it doesn't, it's going to be a lot of angry people up in New
Yeah,
England after that.
absolutely.
Well, getting back to some hockey questions now. First one is any advice you would give to anyone listening to this podcast on what it takes to make it to college hockey?
Um, I would say that if you're looking into getting to be a college hockey player, just you have to fully love the sport. It is something that it's gonna the commitment of a college sport does take quite a hold on your life. And if it's not something you're fully committed to, then it's not going to be something you're going to enjoy. And I think just with that commitment or that love for the sport comes, like eating right, sleeping right, working out the right muscles. Like I think that all plays in. So, if you're interested in playing at a higher level like college, I would say just start, do what you can, practice what you can, and there'll be a spot for you somewhere if you love it enough and try hard enough.
Now, obviously, what should be done to help grow women's hockey from your perspective? Because I feel like Arizona State does a really good job with their women's programs. That's just from my perspective.
Wait, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear the first part of the question.
Oh, what should be done to help grow women's hockey from your perspective? Because I feel like Arizona State does a good job with their women's athletics compared to other schools.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I I find that like something our team has done really well is we've used the internet to our advantage, and we've shown people what we are that can't come to Arizona and see it necessarily. And so I think women's hockey as a whole just needs to be broadened. I think there needs to be more like, you know, I don't know, like more, what's that word? I think it just needs to be seen more. Right? Like it needs to be broadcasted more. It needs to be, like, um, just spread throughout the internet more. And I think, and I do see bits like other schools trying to increase their social media on their women's hockey teams. And you see like people like Hillary Knight and making all these records, and that definitely helps the sport. And yeah, I think just like as time goes on and people start seeing that it is an awesome sport and it is something cool to watch, that'll definitely grow.
Yeah, no, I feel like your team does a good job like promoting it because they use the internet to your advantage. Like, I know there's a lot of conversation about social media and like if it's good or if it's bad, but I think it's a good tool if you use it the right way. And I feel like your team uses it the right way. Like, I'm a big Instagram Reels guy, and like some of your Reels are like viral now because of how your team promoted them. Like, there was one with you with using the Derek Zoolander sound, which I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah, there was that one. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I totally agree. I think, if you can use it internet or social media to show what your team's about and show, that like you're a serious program, or, show your working out videos, show your highlights, show these parts of the game, show game times, like all those parts, that make up women's hockey are out on the internet. Like it just shows like the commitment that goes into it. And I think also like making a few fun reels or TikToks or jokes like that, like can help appeal to people that might not be as like aware of what hockey even is. And then that can draw them into the sport. And,
Yeah.
it's just step-by-step pieces that you put on the internet that help get all kinds of people in on it.
Can I ask how you came up with that idea?
The TikTok.
The Zoolander one, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was just like trending at the time. It was a sound that people
Uh,
were using, and yeah, it was just like a funny little thing.
that's cool. That's cool. That was probably one of my favorite reels I've seen this year, so I'll give you kudos for that.
Oh, great. Awesome. I'm happy to hear.
Now, obviously, you're graduating this year. I don't want to put you on the spot, but what's next for you?
So yeah, I'm actually not graduating this year exactly. I had a few complications with my capstone and whatnot, so I'm gonna be taking that next year. But honestly, I'm not. That's like much more perfect for me and kind of how I wanted it to go, just because I wanted to be still in college while I'm taking on my first internships and whatnot. So I think next year I'm just going to be working on my final capstones and hopefully getting a great job somewhere. And, whether that be an internship or a part-time position or whatever it is, just something to
Yeah.
get on the ground and running.
Will you be on the hockey team next year then? I don't know if they do fifth years in club hockey, so you can
Yeah.
make that announcement if you want.
Yeah. I don't think I'll be on the team next year just because next year I think is the year I'm just going to be focusing mostly on my career and where
Mhm.
I'm going from here. But I could do a fifth year if I did choose to. So
Well, I'm missing seeing you on the team though next year. That's disappointing, but I'm happy you get to do something that you love, and I know you're going to be successful in whatever you decide to do.
oh well, thank you. I know I am sad about it next year too, and I love that whole team with my whole heart, and I do think that it'll be hard for me not to be on the team, but I'll be rooting for them on the sides as always, and I am excited to start my own path in my own career. So
Yeah.
it'll be an exciting year regardless.
Yeah, I know when we were talking about the growth of women's hockey, like one thing that our podcast is going to do is do like different like highlight footages of club hockey teams for both men's and women's. And I don't know if you've seen these types of videos before, but it's like professional videos of like someone in the corner, like making extended highlight footages. Cause I feel like the highlights that you see from club hockey are just goals, but not like the hits or the board battles or any of the scoring
Yeah.
chances that take place. So hopefully, like College Hockey Talk next year, this is a little preview for anyone listening. I have like 15-minute like highlight videos for club hockey games and Division 3 games as well, which I'm looking forward to working on.
Yeah, that would be really cool. That would
Well,
really
do you have any shout outs you want to give, and who should we interview next on your team? Because I would love to interview more players, teammates of yours, because you guys have a lot of people with interesting backgrounds. And I guess a little bit of teaser, we're going to try to reach out to some more people after this.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to shout out my whole team, every single one of them. They've all and the teams like the girls on the team from last year, the year before, just everyone that was on the team when I was I I can't imagine not meeting any of those people, and they've definitely changed my life for the best. So thank you. Shout out to everyone there. Shout out to my family, my mom, my dad, my little sister Miriam, and my little sister Maya. I love those guys, so shout out to them. Um, and I'm trying to think on my team. Hmm. I think it'd be fun to interview any of our upcoming, like our freshmen this year going to be upcoming sophomores. I think those would be some pretty fun interviews, just because, they have this new experience. They came in the year of mullet opening, so I think
Yeah.
that would be a cool interview to have.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, I just a little tease. We're gonna have a lot more of your teammates on in the future, which I'm excited to sort of help promote Arizona State women's hockey.
Yeah, that would be very exciting. I mean, I know our team is full of great people, so that those would be fun.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today, Malik. I really appreciate your time. It means so much to myself. I wish you all the best, and I can't wait to see what you accomplish in your future. I know there's a lot of big things ahead for you, and continue to work hard. And I'm very very happy I got the chance to talk with you today, and I know you're going to be successful in whatever you decide to do.
Great. Thank you so much. I had a lot of fun too. And yeah, this was a really cool experience for me. I'm excited to see where your podcast goes as well.